Okay, now I'll show you how we can create data and referencing the one-to-many relationship doing that. So we can create a post and reference the user to it using TypeORM. So first thing inside I will create data.crud.ts. I will change this name to create users. So I'll change it also here in the export. Also here. Oops, I just copied the name of the function itself. So this would be create users. Also this and here and also here and here. So I just changed the name, and at the top I will create a variable called users will be equal to an empty array. So this will be an array of user entities, and this, so as you can see, you can't pass a generic type here, but it will just use the type from this one. So this is the partial user entity, and if you hover over the save, it will accept that, the partial user entity, and it will assume that it will retain the same thing, or it will just I think VS Code will assume that this will retain the same thing, or TypeScript code will assume that, but it won't. It will retain a full user entity. It will have the ID, the created at, and the updated at. So what I will do, so I'll just store the users after you create them inside an array, but this will complain because this assumes that it will retain a partial user entity, but it won't. A quick way to fix this is to cast it. So as a user entity, I'm not sure why I copied this, but you just put this. We now have the array of users that we added. What we need to do is just to create another function called create posts, and it will accept the connection, and it's an asynchronous function. So for of users, I don't think I need to put this globally, right? So it should be here, and it should be also, we should pass it here, and this would be an array of user entities. So for each user we have, we will just create a post and assign this post to this user. So let me import from Faker the lorem. This will allows us to create paragraphs. So const body will be equal to lorem dot paragraphs, and now I'll create two posts. So post 1 will be equal to new post entity, and I'll pass the body. This won't work for now. And post 2, or maybe it works. Yeah, because I have the constructor, I forgot to remove it. But basically I have a constructor that accepts a string, which is body, a variable called body, which is string, and just assign it to this dot body. Okay. So I have now two posts, and one way, or I think in this case there is a way to, maybe the only way, I'm not sure. So users, or this user, sorry, we will assign these two posts to him or her. So post1 dot user will be equal to this user, and post2 dot user user will be equal to user. And now we just await the connection dot manager dot save post1 and also post2, and that's basically it. We should call this function here with the connection and the users array, and I think that's it. Now since we are calling the create users here, it should, after this finishes the for loop, it should just create it should call the await posts, and it should call the create post, and we should await that. Can't speak. Okay. So npm run ts node app.ts. Okay, no errors, which is nice. Now if I go to the database, let me run the users. So we have only 10. Remember that in our app.ts we are dropping everything, and in our posts, since we are creating 2 posts for each user, we should have 20 posts, and each 2 of them are different to the same user or referring to the same user. Let's test that. Run a query. Okay. So let me scroll to the bottom. We have 20 posts, and each 2 of them referring to the same user and the user ID foreign key. So 112233. This is one way to do it. Like this. So first I'm creating the posts, then inside each post I'm referencing the user property. Remember if you go to the post entity, we define this here, which reference the user entity, and we assign it to a user entity. And there is another way actually, which I can show you. So here they are creating the user, like just in our case, and creating photo 1, then photo 2, assign it like this, and just saving that. But this is another case where they are saving the 2, for example, posts. You can just replace photo by posts. It's the same example, and they are saving that, by like this. So users.photos, and this is array of photos. In our case, it will be posts if you created the posts before, and just save it like this. I will come to these later. This is how you can find the data with the relationships. So you get the user with his or her posts. But anyway, that's basically the most simple idea, the simplistic idea behind the create with respect to the relation. Maybe I will do the update and delete. And yeah.